Hello, ciao, welcome back on iKeysRacing. From Marco from Monza, ciao, and from the virtual Portland International Raceway. There are here some cars running the first qualification session for the SportsCar 100 minutes theme, where we are combining, since episode number 1, Le Mans prototypes, silhouette, world sports car coming from the mid-90s after the demise of Group C and GTP IMSA, combined with the fake GT1 cars arrived at the end of the 90s, together with all the Grand Tourer cars, real GT, from 99, 2000 and so on, also from the second part of the 90s with the Lister Storm. And today we will race another 100 minutes in real time, real tire wearing, real fuel usage, real weather, whatever, everything happening in real time. I will just cut down a bit the video to not force you to stay here 1 hour and 40 minutes plus my blah 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 Italian chatting. And so I would like to say, first of all, thank you very much. Absolutely much appreciated all that you've done so far, old and new subscribers. iKeysRacing is and will be always a free channel. You don't have to pay a subscription or a fee to myself, I don't care. To me the most important thing is stay together, share together ideas and thoughts and experiences and whatever you like. And I just take the opportunity to say thank you very much, thank you to all of you, because we are reaching 90 people involved in some way in this channel. Well, I'm just the face of this community and the uploader of videos, but nothing more. But I was thinking that we are a good number, and to pre-celebrate possibly the 100 subscribers to our iKeysRacing channel community, I wanted to start a set of polls, so to learn from you, race by race, theme by theme, which will be, where is possible, the car to be chosen, to be driven here. Will happen for the next SportsCar 100 minutes episode, will happen for the WTCC, will happen for the Around the World in 24 Hours, will happen for the WEC 2015. And I'm more than excited and more than happy to introduce, if you let me, this possibility. I hope you will like it. So the car that will get more votes 1 day prior to the creation of the video will be the car used to race. The only thing that I will try anyway to manage is episode by episode, just changing accordingly the category. So we will not race 10 races just with prototypes or 10 just with GT cars. So to have a mixed and always updated and refreshed method to treat properly from a petrolhead community. So that's it. Today we will race the only LMP2 class back from the year 2000, the WR Peugeot. And so let's go to see the timetable and the battle for the lap times on track. We will have a look to the car setup, we will have a look to the car, and then we will try to qualify the beauty of today, plus to race 100 minutes, all in real time happening. That's it. See you in the garage, and thank you again for everything that you did so far. Thank you very much. Okay, cars are starting to run first laps and so on. Ooh, there is a LMP2 WR, okay, on top briefly. Now quicker cars have regained their respective positions. Let's go to see at the end to have a benchmark also on cars not yet run. When I've seen the WR Peugeot, well, placed 4th, 13999. I ran around 105, quite a challenge today, yeah? Because maybe I forgot to say that we will have 2 WR LMP Peugeot powered cars the one with Monsieur Doody and our WR with red details on mirrors and roll bars. Let's see if other cars have run. No, there's a missing part important, I mean. Nissan Barchetta, Nissan GT, Porsche GT. The two are 390. I hope they will run by the end of the session or in the second session, I don't know. Anyway, okay, soft tires. This is the page 1 with in particular I would say almost open differential both for power and coasting, so it's closed by 1/4 or open 3/4. The car is very understeering but massively, so this one was the way to more or less make her corner. Front end is not particularly stiff, I would say in a half position between softness and stiffness. The rear is out of the 21 that you can apply, and the maximum stiffness also at the rear. I would say if this is in the half position, this is in the first quarter position, and more or less is drivable, you will see, and in some way manageable through many laps, even if the tire consumption is very high. So before the race I think I will switch to hard compound. But this is the WR Peugeot V6 engine, 2 liters, turbocharged. Back then for the set of rules was an LMP car, a World Sports Car, so usual Barchetta, production engine, flat floor, just aerodynamic under the floor to take advantage of the extraction of air, and a bit at the front, maybe like this, with some interesting way to take advantage of the air. For the rest, the car was let's say not maybe, okay, let's say low also to our engineer, was not maybe the quickest available back then, but I remember that the 1995 edition of Le Mans has seen 2 of WR Peugeot scoring pole position in front row, staying at the top of the field for some hours. Then luckily reliability plunged this car, but in this theme is the only LMP2 car I wanted to have, and I have a particular if not connection, at least emotion for this car, particular feeling, given that 5 years ago and a half we have lost Gerard Welter, the founder of the WR environment, world racing team, car producer, etc. He was a very high level director of design at Peugeot in the 80s and the 90s. He was the man behind the record of 407 km per hour on the Hunadier Mulsanne Straight at Le Mans in 1989, if I'm not wrong, prior to the creation of the chicanes cutting the Mulsanne Straight Hunadier in 3 legs, 3 blocks. Unluckily at January I didn't have the opportunity to in some way celebrate this genius, but maybe a bit too late, I'm doing it now. It is anyway more than honor to talk to you about Gerard Welter. And what else? If you are curious about him or the record of the WR Peugeot, the history of the LMP project, it has been a bit difficult to find information, but at least there is still his website. And what else? If you are curious, you can find some links and descriptions below in the description of this episode. That's it. If you don't mind, I would go on track and let's try to see what we can achieve. So also welcome on board. Very simple car, nothing to be added. As said, we are going to use a sequential gear shift. I have found difficulties on finding information on this beauty, but unluckily this is what I got, so I've assumed that by the year 2000 the car was developed enough to use a sequential gear shift. But we will see anyway with subtitles and with added description what will be. Now let's concentrate on our qualifying lap with 20 minutes to go. We will see also the track layout of Portland, used a lot by the IndyCar Champ Car Kart Championship back then. For what I'm reading recently nowadays, also going back to his golden past level of involvement into American motorsport. It's another raw track, short track I wanted to have and to show with you. Maybe less history, I would say, than, I don't know, Riverside or Willow Springs, etc. Less tragic history, let me say. Oops. Whoa, an upside down car. Okay, tires are still cold, so let's do one lap at least to warm up a bit. Chicane in the front area, the first leg of the track. Back in the 80s was just a long straight until this section. Okay, let's go. Very nervous car. Luckily a GT in front, it's the Saline. Two GT cars in front. Tried too much. Okay, we did. Bang, I knew it. I never avoid you. Okay, the car is not so broken, just a bit of aero. Okay, maybe we can try another lap. 26 cents of retard. There's another GT in front, very slow. I know it's a 911 GT1, so should be a good slipstream also. Well, let's try the first section, but I think we've lost everything. Yes, also the front end is starting to lose its grip. Half a second. Okay, no, this is the maximum, and maybe I've been beaten dramatically by Monsieur Dodi. The P5 ran 13999, I did 15.2, so 1 second and a half slower than my teammates. Sorry for the poor performance, but I would say that's it. The race is long, and let's go to discover the final ranking for the race, plus the car setup, or well, more the fuel strategy, and then we will race for 1 hour and 40 minutes in real time. Okay, let's continue to qualify 2, and we will in the meantime have a look to what is the current classification with, wow, a Riley & Scott, pure love. On top, 1 minute almost clear. Point 3 in a Portland version that obviously has the chicane in the first part after the start finish line, the main straight, and so this must be as a different comparison to the lap times, around 55 seconds of the mid 80s, the end of the 80s and the beginning of the 90s of the Camel GTP IMSA Championship. But nonetheless, despite the chicane, I see just 2 great contenders today. WSC Riley & Scott World Sports Car model of James Weaver against Joachim Winkelhock with the BMW V12. Then yes, half a second Christensen with the other BMW. Then Lola with Schiattarella, Reynard, Lola. Apart from Yannick Dalmat, it's the only Reynard in the pack of Lolas. Alboreto, Audi R8 P8. Then our teammate Dodi, P9, very great, congratulations, hats off. And then Gossens with the Courage C51. 28 minutes to go, see you at the end of the session. Okay, last 2 minutes, situation is more or less confirmed. So I did receive a punch in my face from the teammate, Monsieur Dudi, running 1 second and a half quicker than me, but I fear that maybe during race day would be a bit different. So I said everything like it was before, with a Reynard of Yannick Dalmat in between Lolas, and so we can maybe stop the accelerated time and continue to race. For the race, the garage will be used just to reload the setup. I would just reduce 3 touches the rear wing. I need more speed, I think. And the original strategy I was thinking about was to resist possibly, let's say, 30 minutes. See how tires that will become hard and hard, will face with the current condition and then decide if to enlarge the load fuel for the first and only pit stop, because then maybe we can risk to embark everything we can and arrive to the end if tires after 33 laps will be, I would say, decently in a good shape if possible. That's it. Instead, if they will suffer a lot despite being, as said, a hard compound. So from a race setup, as you know, we will run for 100 minutes or 1 hour and 40 minutes, starting at 12 p.m. 44 contenders this time. Aggression real, strength 100%. From a realism point of view, real time daylight, normal tire wear and fuel usage, mechanical failures, time scaled across the 1 hour and 40 minutes. We will just keep the automatic clutch because we will drive with a sequential gear stick. That's it. We can go on track. But I fear that the reshuffle has happened again, so we have Patrese Suzuki, vice versa, Patrese Suzuki first, Lorana Yellow with the Porsche 911 GT1 second, Saline SR7, Corvette C5, BMW, Marcos LM600, impossible, or the Dodge Viper. The bug of GTR2 happened again, so let's read it as it is. Wollekalsen Porsche 911 GT1, Weaver X-Pole Sitter Raleigh and Scott, Winkelhock Christensen. From here onwards, look, Lolas, Reinhardt, Lola, as it was before, Alboreto Audi, our teammate, Courage C51, another Reinhardt, Riley Scott, Cadillac, Reinhardt, Nissan, Toyota GT1, Courage C52, David Brabham with the Penance Roadster S, the other Cadillac, Haas, Frank Bila with the Audi R8 R, Courage C52, Penance Roadster, the only, together with the GT1 Toyota, Mercedes CLK. They are Mercedes and Toyota leading the classification, so I have applied the balance of presence. Another Nissan R391, Ferrari 333 SP, McLaren F1 GTR, Lotus Elise, the other Ferrari of Momo Racing, another McLaren, Penance, Chrysler Viper, Penance, Sard MC8, Lister Store, Porsche 911. Okay, back in control. Green flag should arrive in a couple of seconds. Let's stay far from mess or crashes. Okay, in all this mess, I fear I've broken the car multiple times. No, it's just a tiny aerodynamic issue. It's a P11 taking advantage of the mess of the first lap and already at the back of our teammate. Sorry to fight so hard immediately with a GT, but it's a P7 at the end, daughter of the bug of GTR2 that stopped dramatically many cars much quicker than me. At the beginning, then they will catch up, having a better pace than myself. Okay, P6, let's run away a bit. There's also a Courage C51 already out. While in the lead, Tom Christensen just scored the best lap time. Something I cannot think to play with today. And the understeering is appearing immediately after 3 laps. Okay, it's a fake P5, but let's keep it. There's a bit of dust in front. Oof. Obviously today the GTs are much in trouble, being heavier with the weight compared to the LMP2 and LMP1. But let's find our pace, let's stay with it. P6, Joachim Winkel is arriving, we will be very soon P5. Here we are. We'll pass very quickly, they are so much powerful. So today a victory is impossible because we do not have the pace of an LMP1. But we can think maybe to battle with GT1s, and and arriving in front of all GT1s would be absolutely a success. Let's try to be constant. And consistent. Will happen crashes, will happen pit stops, will happen everything. Whatever can happen will happen today. We don't need to do more than the car can do. Tires will be an issue, I can tell you, because I think that after 7 laps, top left corner, for the engineer, I was saying that after 7 laps, 8 now, we have already reached how much? 1/4, 1/5 of the grip. And already reaching almost Patrese Suzuki would be really a trophy, almost. So they are the ones who touches the sand in the last corner. Good to know. Maybe they are a bit weak there. The gamble didn't succeed. Tried a desperate move just because there were many overlapped cars. Many too. Ferrari of the Momo Racing will help a bit. Yes. No, 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 Marco, no, 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 don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Calm down a bit. Reset your brain. Yes, it's the Nissan A390. Yes, 10 laps, half of the grip reached almost. So front end, front tires are suffering a lot today. Yes, what I wanted to do before, but not in this way. So temporarily we are also first, because who was in the lead maybe pitted? Yes, Schiattarella and Letzinger. Yes, the Rally and Scott. So maybe we are not the only one having problems with tires today. We will try, to stay loyal to the original strategy. It's the easiest one at this point. So yes, maybe 30 laps per stint, more or less. Come on, you are overlapped, don't go breaking my road. Wow, there was... Yes, there was a BMW, huh? It's Winkelhock. If Christensen... No, it was Christensen. No, Christensen is in the pit. Missed the point of braking, stupid. I was looking at the ranking, the classification. I should talk just on straights. I'm not a good talk and drive YouTuber. If you want to see someone very good at driving fast and talking, you may watch Nils Belt, the creator of the set of pedals, maybe the best of in the world nowadays, running a Group C on his simulator with all the devices he uses and he designed. No problem to let Christensen pass. Yes, it's a problem because he is spinning. It was Christensen. It is not that the BMW is... no, yes, they are quicker while cornering. They have less the need to cope with the corner, they cut much quicker. see, they touched. Very aggressive. Very aggressive. Today I'm happy that also the AI is doing a lot of mistakes. But really it's like driving on a liter of soap, water and soap. Again. Bravo Marco. Now the Nissan is gone. Same mistakes, same corner, 2 laps in a row. Nothing broken. Was fearing for the splitter, but the thing is maybe we can think to switch to soft compound at the rear, because really from a traction point of view it's not the best having a hard compound also with the rear end. Because the rear end with this compound, for what I feel, tends to slip away suddenly. There is a bump in that corner. Upsets a bit the car, but it's more about the grip, because in the first moments of race there wasn't the issue. P13, Tom Christensen, new lap record, or confirmed, I don't know. While we are rebuilding a bit the pace, especially against the Patrese Suzuki with the Nissan. Even if now we are really driving almost on ice. There's a really Scott arriving, very quick. Mercedes without the rear wing stopping. Come on. This is a touch. Stupid Marco. I've risked to screw up the race for a car that was stopping because the rally is stopped now. We will do the same very soon. Not easy, this track. It's a twisty one, very driven. I would say almost long or big radius of cornering. My mind in Italian the word is long corners. I don't know even if it has a sense, makes sense. What is this? Position given back. There are some AI blocked by some slower cars. Okay, back 3.2 seconds from the Nissan R390 of Patrese Suzuki. Still let's do the pit. Ooh. So now we can do 25 laps. We are loading for 37. That's okay. I would like just to try the soft compound at the rear. Maybe gaining a bit of grip while cornering, especially exiting from corners. Let's see also the pit stop, how much will it require. I think we will go down to P7. P3. Well, not really. So let's try to stretch up to 30 laps of stint this way. a P5, 1 lap down. How is possible that Patrese Suzuki have 1 lap of advantage? Whatever. And I promise that one day we will drive the Saline, currently P4, because stopping maybe 1 time less than prototypes, Parchettas and Silhouettes, are easily keeping the pace with Oleg Alsen, Porsche 911 GT1, Lorana Yellow the same, and Patrese Suzuki on top with the Nissan R390. So, differently from the qualification, prototypes are suffering a lot. Boreto P13, Christensen P14. What a way to overlap cars. What are you doing? Come on. Yes, we pass. It's the only way to get rid of. So using the traffic we passed both Porsches 911 GT1, struggling again with overlapped cars. There must be, I think, a sort of parameter or algorithm to touch on how AI tends to overlap. But now is our turn to be blocked in some way with slower cars. What are you doing here? My goodness, if they are in trouble. Okay. So around 20 seconds from the leaders, Patrese Suzuki, Lorana Yellow, Oleg Alsen, Porsche 911 GT1 fixed back between 5 and 10 seconds. rear tires are not wearing out, just the front. Stupid Marco, late to pass. It was an Audi of Bila or Alboreto, but spinning so much, avoided for a fraction of a second. Believe it or not, there's a struggling Nissan of Patrese Suzuki running very slow, so the 20 seconds of advantage they had went away. They are running 115, we are running 17, 18, 19, depending on also the traffic. Idiot. Okay, nothing really broken. How the hell they do it? As if you are wondering, we have taken the long way. But at least we were far from the car arriving. Now back to P2. There is a Suzuki in front of this train. They're absolutely slow compared to the initial pace. My goodness, it's a toboggan. Toboggan. Do you call it this way? And I call this an overlapped idiot. Good. What else? Resistant car indeed. I do not see. Yes, Dodi 7, our teammate, was in the back for a brief moment. again. Do we have the front splitter broken? No, maybe not. This Lotus Elise really is... No, but there's something wrong. There's something broken with the car. It doesn't corner as before. P3, in front Lorana yellow. I feel I'm giving more angle of steering wheel to do the same things as I did before. Now we are lucky because we are very compacted by many overlapped cars. This is a train I do want to get rid as soon as possible because this one is Patrese Suzuki. Come on. Oh my goodness. Yes, the problem is the speed of cornering of GTs. They are affecting everybody of us. I find it almost unreal with an LMP2 to be in the top 10, but it's also true that this car was on pole at Le Mans 95. But still, GTs here I think are affecting too much our cornering speed. Suzuki again have something worse than what I have. Ooh, touch the wall. Let's get rid of this Porsche because my goodness. In the future, for next appointment with very twisty circuits like this one, toboggans, if makes sense to be called like this in English. Maybe we will just place GTs and prototypes. GT1 I mean. And barquetas. There's something there. Oh, this corner has become absolutely a drama. Back in P1. A lot of time loss. Bravo Marco, molto bravo. I have to calm down and don't use the Formula 1 type of overlapping be more patient. Anyway, I was saying that sounds almost unrealistic with an LMP2 battling so, I would say, almost easily for the leading positions. It's also true that in a twisty circuit like this one, having a better ratio power to weight is indeed a good thing. Back to P1. This was the time where the others maybe have gained something. This time I've been wise, I've stayed far from the mess. And so, 45 minutes in the race. No, left, sorry. So it's 55 minutes in the race. Second part of today. We are currently leading the Portland International Raceway 100 minutes for SportsCar on our beautiful community of iKeysRacing channel with an idiot at the wheel. I do upload videos better than I drive. And so 45 minutes to go, second part of the race. Believe it or not, we are leading currently the classification, waiting for the others to unfold their strategies. And we are leading with an LMP2 car on a twisty track like this is demonstrating how good was, given that 5 years before this model, 95 as said, WR Peugeot was on pole position at Le Mans, one of the most, if not the most difficult track to cope with for a car and for a driver. While our teammate is anyway in P9, so not bad for the team today. Second, we have almost at 1 minute Laurent Aiello. With the Porsche 911 GT1, same car, same position, sorry, same car, different equipe, same spot on the top 3. No, it's not the same spot. Just to say that on the podium currently there is also the other Porsche. Then O'Connell with the P4 driving a Penske Roadster. Conrad Borschel, something I don't remember, sorry, P5 with the Saline, P6 for Monsieur Dodi, our teammate, same car. So today is really the perfect track for the WR Peugeot. 7th, Patrese Suzuki that finally had their pit. They were struggling with the pace previously, like we are doing now. Butch Leitziger, Riley and Scott, P8. I fear overlapping Lorana Yellow. Dodi P3, so today the WR is the car to beat. We will remember if we will ever race in Monte Carlo with this mod. Obviously also Dodi will beat very soon, as we will, but it will be a magic day for WR, coming with double points from here today. Wallach Alsen 2 laps down now. Anyway, the experiment with the rear soft compound and hard at the front worked very well. The rear end doesn't suffer today. The front end is another story. Look how much I have to steer. What a great angle of application on the steering wheel to make the car corner. I think the next lap will be the one to do our pit stop. But before, let's get rid of this train of overlapped cars. As you can see, we don't have an incredible top speed, but the cornering speed is stunning if I get the correct. Here we are, the pole. Go away. Okay, you want to stay in your lap, no problem. Okay, second and final pit stop of the day. So with the fuel we are okay. we should resist 33 laps, but so far we resisted 25 with the first stint and 29 with the second. So I would suggest to go this way, no problem, no issue, no fear, and maybe lift and coast, because I think it's the only thing we can do. We will lose more or less the lap of advantage, and then we will try to drive as smooth as possible. We run 1 minute per lap, more or less. The pit stop will require, I don't know, 2 minutes. It is unfolding an incredible win if it will happen, and I hope that Dodi also will finish the race on the podium. Would be an incredible achievement. So let's see the update. Dodi pitting now. I have all the time to not screw up front tires, and if needed, stop again. Let's calm down a bit. We do not see the of tire scrubbing. You are not losing all the grip. Sorry, but the Porsche was cutting the racing line. But Leitziger just unlapped himself, but it's not a problem. Finally, the Rook Porsche, if it is the Rook racing team, is retiring. It was maybe the slowest car here today, but Leitziger with the Riley and Scott just stopped. Also the Dodge Viper of Arnaud retired. And while I was nursing my tires, Dodi P3 here there is Butch Leitziger struggling after a crash. If he doesn't get back to his pace, maybe there's an opportunity for Dodi. No, now P4, passed by O'Connor. But this is Leitziger crashing. Oh my goodness. What are they doing? if Leitziger will have to pit, could be a 1-2 for the WR today. Maybe not, but we will monitor the development of the race. 15 minutes to go. And there is a threesome battle between O'Connell's Dudy and Leitziger. I get rid to be not in the middle of the battle, but we will monitor the situation. In front of us the yellow WR Peugeot, currently P3, and not far from the P2 of O'Connell, but the Pennets looked much more performing in this moment. Dudy in the pit for the last time, I think. A Cadillac. Who was? O'Connell or Tinso? No, sorry, Tinso or I don't remember the other driver. Last minutes, rush hour with Leitziger unlapped himself a couple of meters ago, behind David Brabham and Tom Christensen, and I will run away as much as possible. What are they doing here? There's a risk of a total mess here. "52 seconds to go. Will be this lap and the next one. And for the second, third, fourth and fifth position and sixth position, there is a mess. Let's get rid for a moment. I've learned how to nurse tires, so after so many laps they are almost new. Okay, if we cut now the start finish line, the race will be over. I want to give one lap more to positions from P2 to P6. Will be fun to see who will succeed. Because in the meantime, even if we leave everybody go, believe it or not, we win also this race, believe it or not, it's true. Now let's go to see who is battling for what, because last lap with Dodi P3 currently. And so it's true, we win also this race with our teammate second with the other WRLMP. For the balance of presence, we will not run this car for 10 races from now onwards. It's then the Penns Roadster of John O'Connell, if John is the name, clinching the last spot on the podium, still in the lead lap. Butch Leitziger with the Riley and Scott unluckily finished fourth, retiring at the last lap and leaving the rest of the podium for Dodi and O'Connell. Fifth and sixth there are two Lolas, the B98 of the Radigues Jancel, the B2K10 of James Weaver. Michele Alboreto closes in P7 with the Audi R8R. The early leaders of the race, Patrese Suzuki Van de Pole with the Nissan R390 R8. Ninth, another leader of the early stages, Tom Christensen with the LMP1 BMW V12. The top 10 is closed by Laurent Aiello with the GT1 Porsche 911. That's it for the 10 points given today, because this theme just gets the top 10 regardless of the classification, but they are divided anyway by category of ownership. Is an experiment I was doing to understand how points behave in every possible scenario. The best lap times were, as usual, or very often I should say, of the BMW V12, both from Tom Christensen and Joachim Winkelhock. We were Dodi ran in 106 instead of 101, 102. Compared to Dodi, we were, well, during race day not so far, but still 1 second and 7/10. But we did run maybe smoothly, and so at the end was not an issue to clinch the victory, even if with many crashes and many issues had on track. I think especially the leaders had quite some problems, especially also at the end. But that's it. It will follow the classification updated. Have a look to the iKeysRacing community tab within YouTube, because for the next race you will choose which car we will drive. And I can only say thank you very much for watching, for subscribing. iKeysRacing is free and always will be. Muchas gracias, obrigado, arigato, dankeschön, merci beaucoup, thank you and grazie for your kind presence here on YouTube with all of us. Very soon there will be another appointment. For the moment, stay very well, stay into keen racing, and best wishes and best things to you and your beloved. See you very soon on iKeysRacing channel, from Marco, from Monza, and from the virtual Portland. Thank you very much again. Ciao, grazie. Stay very well. Bye bye. See you soon. Bye.